Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my labor and delivery story. I'm really excited to do this because I know that when I was pregnant, I was constantly searching this because this is something, if it's your first baby, you've never experienced and like you want to get like the most knowledge on. At least I did because I was super nervous for it. Especially because I am so young. I was like, oh my gosh. So I probably watched like 5 videos a day just so I like knew what was happening and like everything that came along with it. And my labor and delivery story didn't go as I thought it was gonna go. I know you always think like, oh, I'm gonna have this nice, like, not that long natural birth, no medicine, like, you know, it doesn't end up that way. And let me tell you, because like I always thought my doctors told me for the longest time that I was gonna go early, that she was really low. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So my due date was February 10th, 2017, and I for sure thought that I was either going to go before or on my due date, just because every time that I would go to the doctors, they told me, oh, like, she's very low, I see you going in like the next couple of days. Like, I was probably told that since like 37 weeks, which is like crazy. And Brooklyn was actually, technically she was 3 days late. So my water broke on February 12th around like, I would say it was probably around like 8 p.m. I was watching my high school nationals, my old high school cheerleading team at nationals. I was watching them live on the computer, and it was awards, and I was on FaceTime with my friend, and my friend was like, what if your water broke right now? Like, that'd be crazy. And I'm just laying in bed. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend was like making food, and I just felt like, not like a gush of water, but it felt like I peed in my pants, and I was like, oh my god, like, I really think my water just broke. And then I got up, and I was like, no, seriously, and I was like, babe, come here. I was like, feel this. I was like, my water definitely broke, and he's like, no, you probably just peed. Like, I don't know, it was crazy. So I went to the bathroom, I peed and everything, and it just, like, from then on out, till I had her, it just continued to leak. Then I was like, okay, well, I don't really have any contractions, like, I don't have any pain. Let me call the on-call doctor. So I called her, I let her know that I was 2 days late. At this time, my boyfriend was like pacing around trying to get everything together a little late. We already had our hospital bag ready, probably like 8 weeks before she was due. But he was just running around getting everything, like little last minute things, calling his mom, sister, family, friends, dad. It was crazy. He was like, come on, let's go. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, let me just, of course, we have like, let me just do my makeup and my hair, which is like, let me tell you, you think that you want to be looking all pretty for pictures and everything, but honestly, my boyfriend's mom wiped my makeup off like halfway through the process because it was like down my face. It's honestly not even worth it. And I didn't even really take pictures of me and her until I felt comfortable and I felt like I could put on makeup and do my hair. That's just me personally. So once Ridiculous Me got all my makeup on and everything, we drove to the hospital, which is like right down the street. We got checked into triage. That's like where you get checked into before labor and delivery. We were in triage, and they were like, yeah, you're about like, you know, like, I think I was like 1.5 centimeters. We just want to like swab you and make sure that it was your water. So they swabbed it, and they were like, it's not coming up that it's your water that broke, but if you're saying like all this liquid came out, and I was bleeding like a little bit before, that's like how I knew everything was gonna happen. They were like, we're definitely gonna put you in, we're gonna admit you into labor and delivery. So I got admitted into a room. They got me hooked up to Pitocin. That's medicine used to jumpstart labor because I wasn't having any contractions yet or any pain. They wanted to like get the contractions coming on because after your water breaks, the longer your water is broken, the higher chance you have of getting an infection. So they put me on Pitocin. I still didn't feel anything. They just kept bumping it up until I finally felt something, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I definitely feel it now. And I was probably on that for like 4 or 5 hours, and then of like pain. And then I was like, check me, I want to see how far along I am. So they checked me, and I was about 1 centimeter. Then I said, okay, like, I've been in pain for a while now, like, I don't want the epidural yet, but they gave me an option to get medicine through my IV. So I got medicine through the IV. That knocked me out for a while. I slept for probably like another like 3 to 5 hours. Woke up from that, asked them to check me again, and then they were telling me how they can't keep checking me because it's like risk for infection. So they're like, okay, we're gonna check you like one last time until we like really like the pain comes on. So I was like, okay. So they checked me, and I was at like, I think I was at like 3 centimeters or 2 centimeters. I really wasn't moving far along at all. So at this point, my best friend Vin came, and my boyfriend's mom and sister and his sister's husband came, but we were only allowed 2 people in the room with us. So his mom and sister came up, and were just like sitting with us through this whole process. Then I slept for a little bit longer, and I told them, like, you know, my pain's like really bad. I want to get the epidural. Like, I don't care if I'm not far along enough. Like, I just want the epidural. Got the epidural. After that, I started freaking out because I like I said, like, I watched so many labor and delivery stories that I saw like all these crazy things about, oh, my epidural didn't work on my left side or my right side, and I felt everything on that one side. So I was super nervous because I was like, I can feel my left side, like it's numb, but like I can still feel it a little bit more than my right side. So they had me lay on my left side, so like the medicine would kind of like drip down. It still wasn't working. They would put like this cold, like a rubber glove filled with ice over me to see if I could feel it, and I could still feel the coldness, so I was like freaking out. Then it's the weirdest thing because like you can see your contractions happening. Like I could see my stomach get like big and then like go back down, and you could see it on a paper, but you couldn't feel anything. It was so cool. Then they gave me this button to press to like basically like up my dosage of epidural as needed. Obviously, like there was like a limit, so you don't like go too much. So that was pretty nice. Like every time I felt like it was wearing off a little bit. So then basically the doctor came in because I had been in labor for probably like 20 hours now. She came in, she checked me. I had moved 4 centimeters within like 8 hours. Like, no, I moved 4 centimeters. So I moved from 3 to 4. So I jumped 1 centimeter in like 8 hours. So it was really, really bad. And I wouldn't say 8 hours. Maybe it was like more like 5 hours. But then I just went to sleep again, and then this was like right around the 24-hour line. I think it was like it was probably around 23 hours. I was like, please, this is the last time I'll ask, just check me. So she was like, okay. She checked me, and I was at 5 centimeters. And they were like, you're really not moving along. We can wait 4 more hours to see if you're going to dilate up to 10, but if you're really just moving, like, not that much, like, within these long stretches of time, like, there's really no, like, chance that you're going to be able to have a vaginal birth, which I was so sad about because I remember saying to my boyfriend, like, I'll be totally fine as long as I don't have to have a C-section. Like, that was the number one thing that I did not want to have. The reason I didn't want to have a C-section was because more healing time, you have to be on like heavier medicine when you're out of the hospital, and you're just like kind of like out of it, and I guess you just like don't really get to experience it. So they were like, we can wait 4 more hours, which would push her to be born on Valentine's Day, or you can we can go ahead with the C-section right now within like 20 minutes. So I said, you know, I thought about it for a little bit. I talked about it with my boyfriend. I said I was crying because I was upset. I'm not really sure like why I was upset at the time because I'm super happy that I went through with the C-section. But we decided to go ahead and do the C-section. So they got my boyfriend all in scrubs. I was only allowed 1 person in there. They got me all prepped into the surgery room. They put like a gas mask on me for oxygen. And then they got me all prepped, brought my boyfriend in. They kept asking me, they would do a pinch test. So at first I was like, yes, I feel that. And it was funny because I was so scared that I was going to feel something because I've never had surgery before in my life. I was so scared that I was going to feel something. So even when they would pinch me and I didn't feel anything, I'd be like, yep, I feel it, because I wanted them to put me to sleep so bad because I was so scared. So once the medicine started kicking in, I started to feel a little nauseous. So they basically gave my boyfriend like this little bucket. I don't even really think he remembers this. They were like, this is in case she throws up, like let her throw up in this. So they had this big sheet over me. The surgery was probably 20 minutes, like before I heard her like cry and then be like, all right, Dad, come around. He got to come around, see her. He brought her over to me, got a picture with her. I'll insert some of these pictures here. I got to see her. I remember, like, I couldn't even really open my eyes, and I was like, I can't really see her, but I love her. And it was seriously, like, the most surreal moment ever. Like, I was like, she was inside of me. Like, it's crazy. Like, you grow this human for, like, basically you're growing it for, like, 10 months, really. No one really thinks about that, but it is really 10 months. And, you're growing that human inside of you for 10 months, and you, like, love it so much and can't wait to meet her. And then when you actually do meet her, you're like, oh my god, like, this is my baby, and I'm a parent now. Like, this baby relies on me. So then we went into recovery. Once we got into the recovery room, I was super thirsty and I was, like, really shaky. We did an hour of skin on skin. So basically just with my hospital gown open, the baby laying on me, we fed her. She ate a little bit. She did pretty good. Then we got into, like, my actual room that I'd be staying in for 3 more days. So I actually started to get really itchy, and I think that's just from all the medicine and all the hormones. Like, I was shaking, I was super itchy. I didn't want to itch because I heard, like, when you itch after, or being pregnant, or, like, after being pregnant, it can cause stretch marks. So I was like, I need Epidural. But then, she was born at 8:58, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. All my family came. Angel's family was there. Friends were there. It was amazing. Everyone got to meet her. And then, yeah, then the first night they did, like, a lot of tests on her. And they did, like, a hearing test. They had to do, like, a heel prick. It was really scary. I didn't want her to leave my side. I was like, can you just bring her in here, like, with me and do the test in here? And I always said that I wasn't going to be like that mom that's like, oh, I need her by my side. But you just carried her for so long, and then they're like, okay, we're going to take her away and, like, you know, prick her with all these needles and do all these crazy tests on her, which I'm like, no. And of course her temperature was a little bit low, like, literally just, like, 0.1 below what it should have been. So they had to keep her in an incubator for about 4 hours. Then we got her back around, like, 4 a.m. and yeah, it was good ever since then. She wasn't jaundiced or anything. All her levels were great. They did check her temperature. It's crazy how much they come in and to, like, check on her, and, like, you have to record, like, how much she's eating, when she's eating, what her diapers look like, if they're, like, what color they are, what's the consistency. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. 24 hours, which I thought it was never going to be. But, I mean, it happens how it's going to happen. So, give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video. And if you guys, I was thinking I liked watching these videos too. Like the what to expect the first, when first bringing home your newborn. So, I'll do a video on that if you guys like. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see that video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave some comments down below on some videos that you guys would like to see. Also, don't forget to push the bell notification right near it's right next to the subscribe button, so you guys are notified every time that I upload a video so you don't miss out. Bye guys, see you in my next video.